If you've got a window at home that feels like wasted space, you're about to change your mind. Some plants don't just survive next to windows, they absolutely love it there. Morning sun, afternoon light, even bright indirect glow can turn the right plant into a show-off. The trick is knowing which plants actually use that light instead of burning or drooping. These are the plants that grow stronger, fuller, and better looking when they're parked by glass. No complicated care, no guessing games, just plants doing what they're built to do. Whether your window faces east, west, or somewhere in between, there's something here for you. Let's get into the plants that thrive next to windows and make your space look alive. Boston fern is one of those plants that honestly looks like it was made to live next to a window. It thrives in bright indirect light, especially near east or north facing windows, where it can soak up filtered sunlight without getting scorched. In the wild, Boston fern grows under forest canopies where light is steady but gentle, which explains why it does so well near glass with sheer light. Studies from NASA Clean Air Research also showed ferns can help reduce indoor air pollutants, which makes them a solid choice for rooms that get fresh airflow near windows. This plant loves consistent moisture, and window areas usually have better humidity thanks to temperature changes and airflow, helping those fronds stay full and lush. When placed near a window, Boston fern can grow wider and denser, often reaching over 2 feet across indoors when conditions are right. It responds fast to good light, meaning healthier green color, fewer brown tips, and stronger new growth that tells you it's right where it wants to be. Moth orchid is a perfect example of a plant that truly thrives next to windows when the light is right. It loves bright, indirect sunlight, especially near east or shaded south-facing windows where it can get long hours of gentle light without leaf burn. In nature, moth orchids grow attached to trees, using filtered sunlight coming through leaves, which is almost identical to what happens near a window indoors. Research from commercial orchid growers shows that proper window light can trigger longer blooming cycles, with flowers lasting 8 to 12 weeks under stable light conditions. Placing it near a window also helps with temperature balance, as orchids prefer slight day and night temperature changes that naturally happen near glass. With the right light, moth orchids produce stronger flower spikes, deeper colored blooms, and healthier roots, making the window spot one of the best places for them to consistently rebloom and stay stress-free. Tradescantia is one of those plants that actually shows you when it's happy, and a window spot makes that obvious fast. It thrives in bright, indirect light near windows, and the more balanced light it gets, the richer the leaf color becomes, especially on purple and striped varieties. Growers have found that Tradescantia grown near windows develops tighter internodes and fuller trailing growth compared to low-light placements. Natural window light also helps maintain its vibrant pigmentation, which can fade by up to 40% in dim rooms. This plant is quick to respond, often putting out new growth within days when light conditions improve. Near a window, it stays compact, colorful, and energetic, making it one of the easiest and most rewarding plants to keep in that bright indoor space. African violet is practically built for life next to a window when the light is soft and steady. It thrives in bright, indirect light, especially near north or east-facing windows where it can soak up gentle sunlight without stressing the leaves. Studies from commercial violet growers show that proper window light can increase blooming frequency, with healthy plants producing flowers multiple times a year. The natural daylight near windows helps regulate its growth cycle, encouraging compact leaves and consistent flower production instead of leggy stems. African violets also prefer stable indoor temperatures, and window areas usually provide the mild day and night shifts they respond to best. When placed in the right window spot, this plant rewards you with richer leaf color, stronger crowns, and longer-lasting blooms that keep coming back. Chinese evergreen is a plant that quietly performs better when it lives close to a window, even though it's known for tolerating low light. Bright indirect light near windows helps it maintain stronger leaf patterns and richer colors, especially on variegated varieties that can lose definition in darker rooms. Horticulture studies show that Chinese evergreens grown in moderate window light produce thicker leaves and steadier growth compared to plants kept far from natural light. Window placement also supports healthier transpiration, which means better moisture balance in the leaves and less stress overall. This plant prefers stable warmth and indirect sun, both of which are commonly found near filtered window light. When positioned correctly, Chinese evergreen grows fuller, looks cleaner, and stays visually attractive for years with minimal effort. Spider plant is one of the easiest plants to place next to a window, because it actually uses that light to grow faster and stronger. It thrives in bright, indirect sunlight, especially near east or west facing windows where the light is consistent but not harsh. Research from indoor horticulture studies shows spider plants grown in brighter window light produce more offsets, often called babies, compared to low light conditions. Natural light also helps keep the leaves firm and arching instead of limp or pale. Window areas usually provide better air circulation, which spider plants enjoy and respond to with healthier growth. When given the right window spot, this plant becomes fuller, more vibrant, and starts producing runners that make it look alive and constantly growing. English ivy is one of those plants that really comes alive when it's placed near a window with good light. It prefers bright indirect sunlight, and window placement helps keep its growth compact instead of long and weak. Horticulture studies show ivy grown with steady natural light develops smaller leaves and denser vines, which is exactly what you want indoors. In nature, English ivy climbs in partially shaded areas, so filtered window light closely matches how it grows outside. Cooler air near windows also benefits ivy, since it prefers slightly lower temperatures than most houseplants. When it's in the right window spot, English ivy grows thicker, looks cleaner, and keeps that classic trailing look without constant trimming. Jade plant is a classic window lover, and it shows it fast when the light is right. It thrives in bright light near windows, especially south or west facing ones, where it can receive several hours of natural sunlight each day. Studies on succulent growth show jade plants exposed to strong window light develop thicker stems and more compact leaves compared to low light placement. Natural sunlight also helps prevent leggy growth and supports better water storage in its fleshy leaves. Window areas provide the warmth jade plants enjoy, which helps fuel steady growth and long-term health. When placed next to a window, jade plants grow sturdier, look more balanced, and can live for decades with minimal care. ZZ plant is often called low light tolerant, but it actually performs best when it lives near a window with bright indirect light. Natural window light helps it produce thicker stems and glossier leaves compared to darker corners. Indoor plant studies show that ZZ plants grown in brighter conditions store energy more efficiently in their rhizomes, which leads to stronger long-term growth. Near a window, the plant also dries out more evenly, reducing the risk of root issues from overwatering. ZZ plants prefer stable warmth and filtered light, both of which are common near windows without direct sun. When placed in that sweet spot, the ZZ plant grows upright, stays deep green, and looks polished with very little effort. Snake plant is one of the most flexible plants you can place next to a window, and it actually rewards you for doing it. It thrives in bright indirect light near windows, but it can also handle a bit of direct sun in the morning or late afternoon. Research from indoor plant growth studies shows snake plants exposed to brighter natural light grow faster and produce sturdier upright leaves compared to low light conditions. Window placement helps improve leaf thickness and color, giving the plant that strong architectural look people love. It also benefits from the temperature stability near windows, especially in warm climates where it naturally evolved. When kept near a window, snake plants stay compact, grow taller with confidence, and continue purifying indoor air while looking sharp year-round. Pothos is one of those plants that instantly shows better color and growth when it's placed next to a window. It thrives in bright indirect light, which helps the leaves grow larger and more evenly shaped, instead of small and stretched out. Horticulture trials have shown that pothos grown in stronger natural light can develop up to 30% faster growth compared to low light conditions. Window placement also brings out stronger variegation in golden and marble varieties, keeping those patterns sharp instead of fading. This plant naturally grows under forest canopies, so filtered window light matches its original environment perfectly. When pothos lives near a window, it grows fuller, trails longer, and stays healthy without needing constant attention. Pilea is a plant that really benefits from living close to a window where the light stays bright but gentle. It thrives in bright indirect sunlight, which helps keep its round leaves evenly spaced and perfectly shaped. Growers have found that Pilea grown near windows develop stronger stems and a more symmetrical form compared to plants kept in lower light. Natural window light also encourages steady growth without forcing the plant to stretch or lean aggressively. Because Pilea prefers consistent moisture and stable warmth, window areas often provide the balance it needs to stay healthy. When placed in the right window spot, Pilea looks neat, balanced, and produces fresh new leaves that keep the plant looking modern and lively. Watermelon Peperomia is one of those plants that keeps its best look when it's positioned near a window with soft light. It thrives in bright indirect sunlight, which helps maintain the bold striped pattern on its leaves. Growers report that Peperomia kept near windows shows thicker leaves and stronger stems compared to plants grown in darker spots. Natural daylight helps the plant photosynthesize efficiently without stressing it, since direct sun can fade the leaf markings. Window placement also supports proper drying between waterings, which is important for this semi-succulent plant. When it sits in the right window light, watermelon Peperomia stays compact, vibrant, and visually striking all year long. Peace lily is a plant that quietly does its best work when it's placed near a window with filtered light. It thrives in bright, indirect sunlight, which helps support stronger leaves and more frequent blooming compared to darker corners. Indoor plant studies show peace lilies exposed to natural light produce larger flowers and maintain better leaf structure over time. Window areas also provide the gentle temperature shifts peace lilies respond to, helping regulate their growth cycle. While it can tolerate lower light, placing it near a window reduces stress and improves overall plant health. In the right spot, peace lilies grow fuller, stay greener, and reward you with elegant white blooms that last longer. Haworthia is a small plant that absolutely thrives when it's placed next to a bright window with gentle light. It prefers bright indirect sunlight, especially near east or north-facing windows, which helps it maintain tight rosettes and clear leaf patterns. Because Haworthia naturally grows under rocks and shrubs in South Africa, window light mimics that protected but bright environment perfectly. Grower observations show Haworthia kept near windows grows more compact and develops firmer leaves compared to low light placement. It stores water efficiently, so the slightly warmer conditions near glass help it dry evenly between waterings. When positioned next to a window, Haworthia stays balanced, stress-free, and visually sharp, without demanding much care at all. So if you've got windows in your home, you're already sitting on the best growing space you can ask for. The right plant paired with the right light can completely change how healthy and alive your space feels. These plants don't just survive near windows, they use that light to grow stronger, fuller, and better looking over time. Try moving one plant closer to the glass and watch how fast it responds. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe for more real plant tips, and drop a comment telling me which window plant you're adding next.